Welcome back, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'm gonna pick up where we left off yesterday. And if I remember, we were trying to get my brother married, and we're still farming for SP points for Max. So we'll probably continue with attacking more looters, farm some skill points, and we'll try to work our way over to the Mongol-like empire, because they have several good heroes that are worth adding. Let's see if I can turn this in-game music down just a tad. Oh yeah, see, I did have that enabled. So check it once. There we go. Now it's not blaring so loud. Alright. We'll start working our way over there. We won't use any warp unless we see stuff we can't deal with. Oh yeah. Skill points. First battle of the day. Yep, it's just little old me. You come to what? Hello, traveler. Hope you brought your purse. I'm a man. I don't carry a purse. I carry a wallet. Fight me if you dare. Attack. Well, I woke up today feeling a little groggy, but it's nice and sunny outside. And I want to kill. Some of the sound effects they make when they die is just funny. Oh, ow, that hurt.
Stop them!
And they're running away. He's worth a little bit more, so I'll fight with him. That way he don't get off the map. I get his skill points. Oh. Maybe I could still catch. We'll see. There he is. Finish him off with an arrow. Oh, missed him. Alright, there we go. Another successful farm of some skill points. Now, did they beat me up that bad? Or did I just start too quick? Nonetheless, I'm going to have to go sleep for a minute. But I'm close to a town. Oh, we still got to get rid of that base. We got to get those guys out of the area. Maybe I should have done that when I was thinking about it, but I got sidetracked with my brother, trying to get him hitched. There we go. Some merchants being happy. Maybe my girl is still working. I thought she had no income still. Traveling. Well, she's foster him. Foster him. Is she traveling? Let's see if we can find her. Well, maybe the looters have her. I bet. Maybe we can free him. Not if you give up first. You gonna help me? Alright. I'll get some points. These guys will come in. They got all kinds of guys, so I'll have to run out there quick and smack them with the sword. But maybe these are the bandits that are holding my hero. Try to get my sword leveled up a little here. There, I got a level. Remember right, she was way up by the mountain people, and it's pretty dangerous up there. I'll take you on. Come here. Yep, bad decision, friend. Should have surrendered when you had the chance. The new AI is pretty good. They take these angles that can be a little hard to hit sometimes. Yeah. Now, not these guys here are super easy, you know. And I've said this before. If you start this game off, you know you want to get, but as long as you got all them troops with you, they're eating up skill points that you could have gotten. If you can avoid everything else and just fight the looters, you can level up really quick. I mean, we played what, 6 hours yesterday, and we leveled up to a 10 or 11. We could have done that a lot quicker if I'd done less talking and more of the map. This is as fast. Now I could double click, and that kind of speeds up aim. And he looks to be going faster, but he really isn't. Only way you can do that is by increasing your character speed on the campaign map and faster horses and less slower horses in your party. I think I do got slow horses in my party. Yeah, these damn mules. And this Stumper, my first horse. This cheap ass bandit loot adds up eventually. The longer I stay out there, man, I could be selling 30, 40, 50 of these stacks of, just these shoes and the head wrap stuff is usually you gather a lot of that crap too. That is mine. Let's see here. Weaver Wheelers. Let's rest here. Heal up. Yeah, I think I've been playing Mountain Band for 10 years or longer. And the original Mountain Band, I still highly recommend it because the game mechanics is still really super good. And but you're gonna have that cheesier older graphics from like the 90s kind of look. And if you can live with that, you'll find that the game is still really good to play. And you can find mods out there that have cleaned up like this campaign map and made it look better. And the modders have gone and cleaned up a lot of the graphics and the soldiers for the various factions. They've added to or cleaned up on, and the modding community for the original Mountain Blade is just absolutely phenomenal with all the different things. I mean, if you wanted to play Star Wars, or no, not Star Wars, there might be a Star Wars one, but I know there's a new Napoleon one, so you can actually be fighting with French soldiers instead of knights in shining armor. I'm good. Nobody there worth bribing. Well, everybody's worth bribing because I need to get my charm up, which I do have skill points. Alright, let's see. Now, go here. I'm gonna go for the future. Because over time he will start filling that in the same, just by random chance of using it. And once I get my little army going, I'll start filling in that health part of my skills. I'll start using this more often, because with just me healing, it's not going to level up too quick. You can see already, I've only earned 57 of 66 points to actually advance a level in here or get my first perk. But all, let's go back and look at that again. All these perks in these different categories add up and make Max a much round, better fighter, you know. And when I set Max up in the beginning, I told you that I wanted to concentrate on his people's skills because I could level this up and fill this stuff here in quick just by using it because I'm going to go out there and farm. So if I'm out there farming, I'm going to build this skill points up quick. So these are the ones that are hard to fill in because now, like with my charm, I'm only going to get skill points for a perk as long as I'm improving relations with people or socializing with nobles. Do barters, trading. So, as long as I'm selling and as long as I'm doing barters and helping the villagers or the merchants, then it's growing. But as long as I'm not doing it, I'm not acquiring points for that. So that's just one thing that will pop up eventually. Now, I will fill those areas in quickly once I start. I think this guy's. Yeah, he's just like a little. There's various like warlord factions, and later on when we become a kingdom leader, we'll be able to hire this guy, all of his guys, for mercenaries, and it's quite cool because it can be hard to get the lords from the various factions to join up with you because for one, they're going to have to leave the king that they serve right now, and two, it's not going to be pretty because everybody in the kingdom they left is going to hate them immediately, and their relation points with the person that left the kingdom will probably drop to like below 50, minus 50. They'll really hate them for a long time. I have yet to wipe out a kingdom, and it's even though I get these guys up with the relation up into the 50s sometimes, it's still hard. Even after I've killed their king, it's still hard for me to uh, get them to join me. I've done it, but it's not the easiest thing in the game. So it's nice that when you, because we're going to start a kingdom, when we start our kingdom, you'll see we'll be using these guys. But even these guys have likes, and they'll play favorites. Like these guys here might play favorites to these guys over here, right? And then there's some other ones that might play favorites to those. So these guys might actually hate me if I do something bad to those guys. Another thing that happens in this game that I really like is uh, these these cities. Um, I don't know. Let's go in here and see if I can. Okay, if you can see that their loyalty. No, that's security. It's the food. Garrison. Okay, the loyalty. See, he's got 63.4 for loyalty. Well, if that loyalty gets too low, the people in this town will revolt. And what happens is like one of these guys will pop up and create an army and kick the garrison out of the castle and take it over, essentially starting like another little kingdom. Now, what I've done is, because I'm always tougher than these little factions, if that's happened, I've only seen it happen in one place, and that would have been down over here. I can't, you'll have to forgive me for the name, because, well, I'm sure most of you know that a lot of this stuff is hard to repeat, but this city here they'll have back and forth with the Southern Empire and this faction here. Well, usually if this empire here ends up with this town, I have seen them actually revolt against this empire and break off and start like their own mini empire. Well, I was lucky enough to be in the area when it happened, so I thought, what? Who are these guys? So I rode over here and looked at the castle and see that, wow, I've never seen this happen before. Who's this faction? Well, it's just like a rogue faction, like a wandering warlord faction that that roam the map, but they're not the ones roaming the map. They came right out of the town and created a little army and took over the city. So they're quite easy to beat. Now they do have two of them. There'll be I don't know if you want to call them lords or two leading parties. They'll have separate parties, and you'll have to fight them. But it's by that point you're usually pretty tough that you can just steamroll them and get a nice faction city or populated city for real easy, real easy. So I highly recommend that if you're playing this game and you see one of these cities revolt, and if you're in the position to take it, you should really try to take it because they won't have, like here, you'll see. Let's go back here and look. He's got 462 defenders in here. Now that's just from the Southern Empire. But the garrison has 162. Now I'm not sure if the army that gets pissed off and revolts is the garrison or if it's the villagers or a mix of both. But even the merchants in this town will get so pissed off that they'll support those guys. And so I highly recommend if you see one of these cities get revolted on and one of them little faction people rise up and take it, go after them immediately because it will be a real easy reward to take for you. And now that little new faction will be at war with you, but they're so small, and by that point you'll be pretty tough with your army and yourself that there's not much they can do. And usually after I've taken the city, the next one of those little leaders that I find and fight, I'll go to them with peace, and usually it'll be about 50,000 coins to make them happy and break the war and go to peace with me. And then you pretty much never hear from them again. And if you're not worried about peace with them, because like I said, they're pretty easy, you can just let them go. But I always make peace with them just in case they decide to join up with one of my enemies. You know how it is. The enemy of my enemy is my friend today. Wait, my enemy. I forgot how that goes. You guys know what I'm saying. Well, talk about these videos that I'll be running. I know I don't have anybody on my channel yet, but once anybody that stumbles across these videos, if you like them, please like, subscribe, and share, and comment. You know, I'm totally new at this. I'm just doing it for a hobby. You know, with COVID and stuff, sitting around the house, I'm pretty damn bored. So I just thought, well, what the heck? Let me record some of the stuff that I'm playing. You know, because I watch a lot of videos of other gamers, not just for advice, for pure entertainment value. Some of these guys got larger than life personalities, these YouTubers, and they make for great entertainment. I played Space Engineers, great game, and never heard of the game before. And the reason I just stumbled across it one day. It's like next video up on YouTube, and it happened to be a Space Engineer video. And the guy playing it, he was he had started having some really good success with his channel because of the space engineer videos that he was playing. Well, this guy, he several years he ran videos of this, so he's got hundreds of them to watch, and I learned so much about that game from just that one YouTuber. And in fact, he actually influenced me to go out and buy the game. I watched him play the game so much that it was so fun that I just had to try it. All right, let's pay attention and shoot these guys. But Space Engineers is very awesome. If you've never played it before, I highly recommend it. It's like for you older folks who's when we were children, we used to have these toy sets called erector sets, and I don't know if they still have those around, but it came with gears and motors and tires, and basically it was like a metal girder system, and whatever you could create, whatever your mind could imagine, with all these parts they gave you, they gave you a couple of blueprints to follow, but then after that it was left up to you. So it was probably an engineer's wet dream, more or less, because they love that kind of stuff. But for just the average guy that, like your science kits and stuff like this is one of them toys when I was a kid that was just absolutely wonderful. With the thousands of hours, this is before video games and TV and all that crap, occupied your time, and you didn't have much to do. So this, board games, my favorite, but these wrecker set, you could build some of the most amazing things, cranes and catapults and whatever you can imagine. That's kind of like what Space Engineers is, and this guy had built some of the most awesome things, right out of his imagination. Because in the game they give you sensors and gears and rotors, and you can program them, and you got little programmable like computer blocks that you can put out, and all the community has made little scripts that you could download, so you could basically build a whole army of rovers to do all your mining, all your hauling, just everything. Defend your base. You can arm them, defend whatever you want, because there's no market, there's no ships. Well, they do have a market now, but that's besides the point. But you start off with nothing, and everything you get is from mining with your little hand drill and what you can build from there. And maybe someday we'll play some of that, but I highly recommend you go check out Space Engineers, because I've had thousands of hours of fun with that game. At least check out the videos, if you're into YouTube videos. I always have a video playing in the background. If for anything, just for the background noise. Not a big fan of TV. They put too much garbage on there nowadays. The shows are terrible writing. Like Saturday Night Live. Back when they had John Belushi and, all them guys. Bill Murray. Man, that show, your stomach would hurt from laughing so hard. Now they just turned all that stuff into politics. It's not even funny. It's just a bunch of one side cracking jokes about the other side. And if the jokes was funny, that'd be one thing. But they're just Saturday Night Live is just so talentless now. And I shouldn't say talentless. It's not the people, it's the writers. And yeah, actors play a role. Here we go. Here's one of these armies. Did they go inside? They did. Alright, cool, they came out. Alright. Here's one of these armies. And I think we got, if not, let's just get the ball rolling. And we'll get something to bribe them with. Not too expensive. I don't want them to end up with it and then whooping my ass with it. So, you know, we'll something right around the 10K, because that usually gives me between 3 and 4 points of favor with them. But what I do is I go to these parties and I'll start with the members first, and I'll just go through and I'm just here for one thing. What's up, dude? Yep, I'm Max. What's your name, man? And I like it because here you can go right over here to their name. Once you get it highlighted, you can see if they like you or not. And of course, he's already a +3 with me, I think, because I've already talked to their faction leader. And then it will show you all the people he's friends with, all the people he's not friends with. So, of course, if he's your enemy, you can go to his enemies, and now you got friends, I guess. And then it will show his family and his children. Does he have anything to offer? Oh, she's too young. She's only 15. Someday, lady. Is Columbia young? She's 17. She's not yet ready. One more year and she'll be ready for active use. But anyways, let's get... There's something I'd like to discuss. I have a proposal that may benefit us both. Yeah, well... Look, dude, take this sword. You're gonna like me, right? If I give you this sword, you're gonna be my friend? Yeah, I only got 2 points. He's a stingy bastard. Alright, later, dude. Enjoy your sword. Make sure you don't stab anybody in the back with it. Yeah. What's up, dude? I'm Max. What's your name? Yeah. You should smile. I'm not your foe today. Something I could discuss. Got a proposal. You're gonna like this sword. I just gave one of your buddies the same sword. As you can see, I'll start getting favor with them, and I'm slowly building up my charm. Each one of these little transactions will buff up my charm. And this is where I've been married before without this in bloom, but if you can get this in bloom one, you can either, if you like the guys, I don't judge. If you like the guys, you can get the men of the same, or characters of the same sexual gender to like you better, or you can get the women. Well, when you're getting married, this skill perk here, right here, will increase the relation game with opposite sex by 20%. And when you're talking to the women, 20% that when you're given your choices of how to respond to the lady, they'll have points of how successful it will be depending on all kinds of stuff. This stuff here will play into it. All this stuff here will play into it. And depending on the option you pick, she's going to like your response or dislike your response. Well, there's also a point where none of your responses are in the positive, and they're all in the negative. But because of this perk that we're about to get next, the forgivable grievances, there's a chance that if I piss somebody off and they don't like what I'm saying to them, they're going to be mad, but I can still win the day because that perk will give that choice. I forgot what it's called, but it will give that choice more power. And when you accept that choice, even though it's of negative consequences, it still will turn out for the positive because the perk will kick in and win the day for you, so to say. So that's the reason why I start off with that stuff, because I want to get, don't want these dudes kicking your ass all day long, because they will. So you want to be friends with them. And plus, I don't really want to be friends with this guy, but I definitely want to build up my charisma. So there's only one way to do that is to barter and bribe. So here I am. Yeah, buddy, I'm here to buy your friendship. I got this sword. Don't tell me that I gave it to the other guys. I don't want to hear it. What? I missed it. What did I do wrong? I think I already talked to this guy. Oh, yeah, I already did it. They won't let you do it. I'll have to wait a few days before I can trade again. Sorry, I thought I did him before. All right. Oh, yeah, we've talked to this guy before. Yeah. And, of course, they all want me to join up with them. Well, not right away, because I'm still like a tier 1 clan, but the higher my clan goes up, my clan tier goes up, the more desirable these guys will want. And you actually have to be at least a tier 1 before one of these faction leaders will even think about making you just a mercenary. Not bringing you into the fold, but just using you for a mercenary. When you and which is nice because you can go out and join in on their battles and they'll call you to battle and whatnot. But the other side of that sword is you don't get none of the castles. You don't get none of the rewards. But you do win favor with the faction that you're being a mercenary with, and it's a good way to build up in the early stages without actually joining a faction. Because if you join a faction and leave for another faction, they're going to be pissed at you. But if you join a faction as a mercenary and then go to the leader and ask to be relieved, he'll let you go with no anger at all. So it's a nice little way for you to build up a bunch of renown quickly, very quickly. So usually when you get to level 1 in your, I'll show you here when we get done with all these guys. See, we went up to 57 on our 57.5 on the charm. Must be a cat hater. Could you see Pink? They would go crazy on this guy. Not against animal, well, not rights, but respect for the things on the planet. But I always find it funny that some of these people will be throwing red dye on a fur coat and then sitting on a leather couch. you know, how dare you wear that poor animal? Wait a minute, you're sitting on an animal. You eat animals. It's just funny. But they do good work. They fight for their, against the abuse of animals, which I'm highly in favor of. I love dogs. I just love dogs. Cats, cats are alright. They serve their purpose. If you live in a cold environment, you'll know that the mice like to move in when the weather starts getting cold outside. And cats are lovely. Saves you money on decon and mouse traps. We got a woman here. Oh, yeah. I thought I talked to you before. She's an old lady. Got any daughters, ma'am? I'd like to talk to your daughters. Oh, probably young. Oh, no, she's not going to be that good, though. She's young. And these areas will get better, but I'd much rather start off with somebody like... Is this the one? No, that's not the one. One of these young girls that's got all them skill points. Well, either way, I showed you in the last video. Yep, I'm Max, madam. Yes. Yes, it was hard. It was a hard road. But I have fought on the side of justice. Put a lot of looters in the jails where they belong. Now, what I'm doing is cheating, right? But I just want to get there quicker. This is only for the benefit of you guys, so you don't have to watch the tens of hundreds of hours it would take just to get one of these guys happy with me, right? Because I would have to farm and farm and farm just to get the 10k up. Like that sword was 10k, right? 1,000 coins will work, but you're going to be there for 100 years just trying to get a couple points of favors out of these guys like that. Your best luck is if you see them out here on the campaign map, and there's a game mechanic that is flawed that you can kind of exploit, I guess. And let's say you see this guy here attacking a party of 20, and he's got like 100 people in his party. Well, if you see that battle taking place, and he's already commenced the battle, you join in on that battle, and a lot of times they'll react like you just saved them from total doom, even though they would have easily won that fight. They'll look at it as like you just saved them from the end of the world, and they will give you some skill points and favor for it. And not just them. You see these little villagers getting attacked by the bandits. Help them, because not only will you'll get a reward for it in loot, but you'll make the lord of the faction that they for the banner they work under happier, and you'll make the merchants. So like if they came from this village here, each one of the little merchant guys in the villages or village elders will be very happy that you saved their village's future, more or less, because these guys are hauling stuff to market to sell. And I'm not sure of, see now, all right, villagers of Laneth. I'm not sure where that is, but it tells you what village they're from. Mr. Oops, excuse me, sorry. 28. Already leading an army and no skills. She's got a child. Husband. Dude, why you got your wife out there? She just had a child. Alright, lady. Heard you got hitched. You just had a baby. Yeah. Here's a little wedding gift and And, you know, here's a baby gift. Something for the baby. Now they will take that stuff and sell it. I don't know. I don't know if they'll use it. I don't know if they'll use better equipment or whatnot. I've never really attempted to see if that is a thing or not. Now, either way, that was a little bit of farming there, the cheating way. So if you, I don't recommend cheating, but for this sake, it's just going to speed our gameplay along a little bit quicker. For the most part, we'll try to stay honest, but we want to get to where we're attacking castles, and we are a long ways from that because we're still only level 12. We still got to go put my brother's skill points on, get him a wife. Start working our way. We're not far, just right across the bridge, and we'll start hitting the Mongol Empire or whatever. Names are very hard to pronounce, so I'm not even going to attempt it unless you guys want to laugh at me. Oh, I better rest. Better rest. You get up in here, got some steppy bandits that could be, in fact, I'd better not go up there without some backup. Ooh, ooh. All right. I think this is one. Yes, it is. All right. All right. If you see these heroes with Spice Vendor, now she's a little old. I'm still going to take her. But if you see him with this Spice Vendor, these guys are really good with trade. Her caravan is going to be extremely successful. Yeah, I don't even want to hear the story, lady. We're putting you to work. Oops. Welcome aboard. And we're going to actually... I don't have any equipment. We're going to beef her up a little bit. Can't have her out there running around in a pretty much a robe that they put on her. I mean, all this stuff does add padding protection, but it does not add slashing and penetrating protection. Yeah, ever since the last update, the stuff has been loading slowly, but as you can see, this only provides like tier 1 nothing to the armor. Once again, nothing to the armor. Some more no boots. Yeah, we're gonna stack there. We're gonna make her fairly good. I think she can use a bow. Nope, no bow, but crossbow. See, that's not for the... Can't be used with a shield, can be used on horseback. We'll stick with the theme here of the serpent. Warlord kind of thing going on. Except for the armor. I went with the better armor because the Warlord armor, they got several varieties of it. But since we're not worried about this part of the game, we're just gonna stack. Because my other girl, I didn't even... It's funny, I got two girls working for me now. Yeah, they actually got dummy armor. Look at the stats on that dummy armor. 55, all across the board. That's just too much for... Here's the Warlord armor. What does that give? I do like that look. That is pretty tight. Not very good armor, but I mean, it's up there. It's, what is it, tier 6, so I mean, it's up there towards the top. And it does, I do like the look. I think I'm going to stick with that. It's not what I got, but I like that. We'll go with the Warlord look. Because I do like the look of this Warlord armor. Well, this lady is almost bad to the bone. She should be quite successful for us. Got money? Yes, we got money. Let's get us a caravan. And I always go for the better troops. It's going to cost you more, but worth it. Now, I don't know if the spice vendor is like a thing, because you'll notice that some of these heroes, like the Wanderer, I think the Black, you have the Iron Maidens, you have the Hill People. It's like they all kind of come. So, but I've only seen like 3 or 4 of these. There's a younger version of this lady that I just hired, who's actually also a woman. I can't remember my one hero's name that I always try to find, but this guy is just phenomenal. He has saved my butt on numerous occasions. Alright, so there we go. We got that going. Let's warp our way up here. Get this. Ooh. No, let's wait. Let's get some skill points. Since that is our main goal until we get up to about, like I said, between 17 and level 20, so that we can really start playing. Because, you know, all the different categories that there are for you to train up in will help you. And like I started off with a lot of charisma and stuff, but I did that for a reason, so I could start off the game with in a better position to communicate, basically, with the lords. I could have just been some mindless brute that was great with the sword right out the gate and had tons of perks in the category, but I knew from experience that I could fill those areas in eventually, and quite quickly. So I stacked the areas that are hard to fill in and take time, and I stacked those areas to start the game off with, and then I left the areas like your weaponry and stuff like that. I left those open because, look, I mean, if you look over here to the left, you can see just by shooting this bow, I'm gaining something in all kinds of categories. See, look at my sword now. Remember when I first started using that? 3 or 4 swacks. Yep, I ran him over. Now that guy should be unconscious, and he'll become a prisoner.
Save us!
Yeah, they're right. Not all of them. There's still somebody throwing shit at me. Oh, whiff. Whiff again? How did I miss? Now, if you see, you do have angles of aim. And that's why you can whiff. Sometimes I'll be too high and go right over their head. Or sometimes I'll be too low and go right by them. Oh, he's got... damn pitchfork. That's right. Don't bring a fork to a sword fight. Well, we played for about 6 hours yesterday. We made my not my first video, but the first long video, and I've noticed a lot of trouble, like my microphone. Yeah, it's not the best. It's got a USB power cord that makes some clicking noises if I move around with it. That's undesirable. So I'll try to find something better, but with me not working right now because of COVID, and I don't even have unemployment rolling in right now because the state of Illinois is just atrocious when it comes to employment. In fact, last year when I got put out for COVID for a few months and I was on unemployment, everything's going fine, and next thing you know, there was a discrepancy and they shut my unemployment off. And of course, there is no just going to the unemployment office and talking to them in 5 minutes and fixing the problem, because it's only going to take 5 minutes to fix the problem because I didn't do anything wrong, right? So you got to call them. The Democrats in Illinois have closed down all the unemployment offices so they can give these teachers all these pensions that are bankrupt in Illinois, right? Anyways, let's get off that politics shit. But anyways, you go to the unemployment office, there is none. You got to call them or go online. Well, I can't go online to reactivate my old account because I threw away the paperwork that had this code on there that I didn't realize I needed to save, which I need to get back into the web page. Now, my mother, I'm like, okay, well, just email me my login info, right? Well, there's several questions they ask me, and I can answer all of them. Now, you think my social security number would get me in the door? Nope. Birth date? Nope. Mother's maiden name? Nope. And I can't even remember the fourth one. But the fifth one is this little code that I don't have. So I'm like, I kept all my old emails. I got it in my old emails, and I went through my old emails. Nope, not in there. So, only option left is to call these people. Well, last year when I ran into trouble, it took them 10 weeks to call me back. Illinois Unemployment Office, 10 weeks to call me back. And it's funny because you got the governor on TV lying to everybody. Oh, it's a great system. You'll be called back within 1 or 2 days. And of course, this news article's got 20,000 people under there calling him a liar because I've been waiting for you to call me back for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, 2 months, 3 months. It's crazy. It's sad, but it's crazy. So I'm sitting here now my pile of savings is whittling down, and uh, the health department won't let me go back to work because now I don't have COVID, but people in my family have had it. And I've actually been kicked out of work because I've come into contact with people at work, and I don't have no income coming in. But the people, my employer didn't pay me when they did this, and because of the headache that unemployment is, you know, I just chose to go a weekend without pay, or because I work weekends. I would work normal. I work 36 hours on the weekend, and then one day during the week to make up my 40. But that's besides the point. I digress. Anyways, I would just choose to eat the loss, and one or two is acceptable. But then I'd been sent home 5 times from coming into contact with people there. Uh, I have acid reflux disease, and part of my symptoms actually match the COVID symptoms, so they're kicking me out of work for that. Even though I've had these symptoms since like 2004. I've had I think it was 2004 when I was diagnosed with acid reflux. But because I got upset stomach and whatever, it's part of the COVID stuff. They won't let me work. Well, because the unemployment's so terrible that I just chose to eat it and not get paid. Well, I'm not going to eat 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 weeks without pay. So I'm in the process of getting unemployment, but I'm waiting on my unemployment office to call me back. Well, that was 3 weeks ago that I called them, and I've been waiting for 3 weeks for them to call me back. And I got some savings, but I'm not rich like most Americans. And you hear stories on the news, but you never hear stories about those people who were, what was the word they were calling us back when this all started? The essential workers, because my job was labeled essential. So while everybody stayed home for the social distance quarantine in the early beginning of this COVID crap, uh, I went to work. And I would go to work, and then I would be told I couldn't work because I had COVID-like symptoms, and even though I didn't have COVID. And of course, finally, it just became such a hard mess to even go to work that I just chose to take a layoff that they provided. And while I was on that layoff and got my unemployment set up, it was a chore to get it set up. And eventually, they turned it off for a discrepancy, which there wasn't. You know how they are. They just trying to shake. They make the system so terrible that they hope that people will just go away, so they ain't gotta pay them. And that's just the way these Democrats in Illinois work. Not the best political organization in the planet, that's for sure. Not stumping for Republicans. I'm a libertarian, if I must say. Let's just stay off of politics, because I got a lot of opinions that don't mesh up with the norm. Security or militia? I think we'll go with security, because the security will help build up their loyalty to me. And like I said, if the loyalty gets too long in these settlements we start taking later on, they will revolt. We don't want that to happen. We like our peasants happy with us. So we make sure that we shower the peasants with lots of breadcrumbs. And why we got all the breadcrumbs, we're taking a bulk of their wealth and using it to fund our little campaigns and fancy armor and stuff like that. Dates with our soon-to-be wife. do we got going on here? Range troops governed by garrison provide 20% more security. Decrease mounted accuracy. Ooh, that's a good one. +5 to party size. It's a no-brainer here. No-brainer. That just made my archers in any garrison in the future, as these cities are my castles that we will have, just made the archers more devastating. What was that, like 5% more devastating? And it all adds up because there's other perks that I've added that will, add up with the other perks and just make. We got some pretty good perks right now. Our troops are pretty badass. Our archers are getting there, and our cavalry are starting to get there. But just because we got those perks, keep in mind, they got those perks too, right? Take this guy, for instance. Look at his categories compared to us. This guy is just head over heels better than us in every category, right? So we're already set back and have to fight this. But if we could click on him, he also has all these little perks. Yeah, we'll bribe you. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to bribe you. I don't want to use cash. We'll see you on the campaign map, sir. Did you have... He did. He's got a beard like I got. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We want to talk to her. Most definitely. She's got a daughter that I want to set up our brother with. But first... we won't even talk to her about that because we need some funds. See, here we got to use our coins. Out on the campaign map, I can use some loot. But we definitely want to butter this mom up because I'll show you. She's got a pretty good daughter that we're gonna chase for our brother. And she's better than me. Except for, well, no, she's better than me, pretty much. Even look at her trading and her leadership stuff. Holy cow. Charm, she's not very charming, but she's very level-headed person for the most part. Yeah, that's most women. All women are cruel. Because, it's about the woman. Alright. I'll be back to talk to you, ma'am. I want to date your daughter for my brother. I'm gonna woo you to woo your daughter so I can give her to my brother. Oops. Not there. Back. Ooh. Sell. Oops. That was one oil. It was free anyways, because you got to figure, I only started off with, besides the 1 grain I bought from that one transaction or quest, we only started off with like 1 grain, and all this other stuff we have picked up along the way from killing looters or whatnot. Now it's just me and the party, so we're not eating crap for food, and I usually don't sell my food. I just hang on to it because eventually I will have an army to feed, and it will come in handy eventually. But it does accumulate the weight, and like we had seen earlier, that when I did that quest where we got all this grain at, we had to get these dumb pack mules because we had too much weight. And the pack mules, you can see, only go a speed of 31. So those pack mules are slowing my army down on the campaign map. And not only will the pack mules do that, um, excuse me, but your slower horses will too. So now I run at that pack mule speed when I'm walking on this map because he slowed down my entire party. And another little thing, detail about the horses is your foot soldiers will actually ride your extra horses. So all the extra horses I have that aren't being used, the soldiers will use while we're well, in theory, they are using these horses. That's why we'll be able to move a little bit faster out here on the campaign map. Yeah, we're not gonna mess with you. We got we got to get some money. Let's just get this brother thing dealt with and over with, so we can concentrate on better things. Because I want to get to the part of the game that I just absolutely love, and that's assaulting these castles. It's just fabulous. Never gets old. And now the difference between this mountain blade and the original mountain blade is the uh, battering ram, and I forget what those ladders, those rolling ladders that keep the soldiers covered, so when they're climbing the wall, they're not getting peppered with arrows and whatnot. And we got cataphracts, I think they're called. Um, the ballistas and one other siege weapon that will pepper, because like right here on these castles, they'll get little siege weapons, catapults and whatnot, that will be up here shooting at my army as we're starting off. So if I'm building catapults and whatnot, they usually line up in my front row. They will start shooting that shit while my other stuff is building. Now, if that will survive and I go into the battle, then my catapults and stuff will start shooting. Then that's where I kind of get the upper hand, because then my troops will tear theirs up quicker. But when I'm outside the wall, they got the upper hand. They tear my stuff up quite quickly, I must add. So I usually won't monkey around too much with building those catapults and whatnot, because it takes time. And and time's one thing that we don't have because of our clan's size. They got everybody. They got all this. If I fight one of these guys, they got all of this to bring against me. It's just little old me. So we need money, that's right. We need money because we're going to get our brother married. Let's run over here quick. I'll be able to show you what I was talking about. Oh, he's fighting. Okay. So the hordes, he doesn't have anything set up yet. Heck yeah. Hello? I want to buy some friendship. I need some charms, sir. I've been told I'm stale. So, I'm out here rebuilding my persona. See, now, I don't have any relations with these people, but they're already smiling at me. And that's because of my charm. And when I started off the game, I told you that I was going to build up that area first. And one of the benefits of building up that area first is when I come to talk to these guys, they already got smiles on their faces. So it makes it a little bit easier for your persuasion. Oh, he's got some nice gloves. He's got what we got. Warlord gloves. Now, he doesn't have his siege up. He just started. So he doesn't have any siege like the battering ram or the other siege equipment or the ballista stuff set up yet, which will set right here in front of his camp. Who's the leader? Oh. See, I told you, man, this whole faction has got some really good women. If you're looking to get now, she's not up there in her fighting category, but her political side is, that's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Oh yeah. I always seem to end up friends with these people, but I've never married her or anything like that. But she's 23 and she's assaulting a castle. Madam, what's your name, woman? Mila. Yep, I made a name for myself. I'm here to buy some favor. What did I just do? Oh no. I'm not a mercenary. Not yet, at least. What did I do? I clicked wrong one. Sorry, ma'am, I can't pledge my allegiance to just anybody. These guys, oh, they're in trouble. They don't have enough, but they're whooping on one of their guys, and she's not gonna take that castle too easily. Well, she's gonna take it, maybe, or give up. She'll probably give up once that other party gets down there. She'll probably quit the siege and fight each other. And she does have the numbers, but she won't have the numbers once the battle's over from fighting that other guy's little army that he had. Alright, I gotta run to the bathroom and I'll be right back in about 5 minutes, so bear with me. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. look at us, man. You know, we start off with nothing. Now, for you new guys that might have never played this game before, let me tell you what. I'm making this look like fighting these looters, right? I've been playing this game long enough that I make fighting these looters look rather easy. And when you first start off and you don't have the benefits like we did of turning the cheats on and getting the armor and stuff like that, you're going to start off with nothing, and you'll be able to take those looters. It's going to be hard. You won't be able to fight like 20 of them at a time. 5 to 10 would probably be. I wouldn't even go with 10 for my first battle. I would try to stay the hell away from that. And you're just going to want to go slow. You're going to do a lot of running away because, you don't have the armor I have. So they're going to wear you down with those rocks that they throw at you because that damage from the rock does add up. And when you got 5 rocks hitting you or your horse, it does add up. All right, let's get this money. Let's get this brother situation taken care of so we can go back to farming these skill points and get ourselves growing. What was I going to do? I need some money. We need some money. Sell all this crap that we cheated to. Get us some money. We'll get about 100K, 150K, and then that should be enough to bribe her because we're not very friendly with her yet. Her mom. But keep the change. It would take me many, many, many hours. Why is that lit up? Do I got a mission I forgot about? No. Must have clicked it accidentally. Turn that off. We'll get about 150K just to be on the safe side. But if you was walking around out here on this map, now once you get, your workshops in your caravans rolling, they'll bring in a couple thousand a week, but that doesn't add up very quick. And yeah, we're only fighting looters right now, so we're not getting very good quality of loot drop to us. But once we start fighting the better ones, which we're not prepared for yet, they start dropping the better armor and stuff. That's when we go to sell it, it starts giving us money, and it adds up pretty quick. So we're not quite to that point, but once you reach that point in the game, this 100 grand is not hard to reach. Now, the money is basically helping us open the door faster, and some people record their videos. We're actually live, so you'll see that when they record their videos, when they get into the tedious gameplay where they got to farm, well, nobody likes to watch that stuff because it's actually quite boring. Everybody wants to see the castles being sieged and whatnot. Well, when you're out here and you're playing straight up with no cheats taken on it, you know, it's going to take you probably a good 2, 3 weeks before you even get in a position, depending on how much time you play per game time. It could take you quite a long time. This is a very slow game because, you know, if you look at it, you know, you get out on this campaign map. That's it. That's all the faster you walk. So if you can't run away from some looters of all people, they'll kill you. And, well, they won't kill you, but they'll take you hostage and then they'll drag your ass all over this map until you either pay a ransom to be set free or escape. I never pay the ransom. I'm a cheapskate. And it's usually they'll drag you around for up to a week, I've seen. So you can either pay the ransom and get out of it right away, or just let them drag you around until you'll escape. Same thing if the lords take you and stick you like in a dungeon here at this place. Eventually you will break free if you choose not to pay the ransom. And I'm a cheapskate. I give them nothing. Well, I think that might be enough. Let's go back and talk to her and see if we can get our brother or wife, and then that's one less thing that we'll have to worry about. See, here's my caravan right here. Where's my other caravan at? Oh yeah, she is out here. What? Man, she's way down here. Holy cow, girl. Well, why wasn't she earning money? She might not be doing good enough to make money. Well, she was making 500 a week before. What the hell happened? All right, let's go get our wife for our brother. Let's get some babies. Let's get this clan growing. She's not here. Where'd she go? Where'd she go? She might be over here. Tried to jump in on that battle to show you how you can get some easy. Oh, here we go. Now they're starting to set up. Oh, they're fighting. See how they got their siege camp building? They're still attacking over here. Let's talk to this guy. Let's get some favor. Funny. It's just too funny. Not my favorite helmets. Now, I'm not sure what the algorithm is on what it takes to put on the table for bartering to win favoritism from these people, but it seems right at like 10k will get you between 3 and 4 points of favor from them, which is not a lot, you know, because as you'll see when I get my brother hitched, that family will go straight to like 40, 50 for relation with me. And even though I got their relation up that high, those people still won't drop that king to come join me because they're too afraid because they're worried about their honor, which is kind of funny because when you think about it, these lords and barons and stuff from history were not the knights in shining armor as history would portray. So always keep in mind when you see them in a army, that's a nice way to get these guys all in one spot to increase your reputation with them and to farm your skill points for your perks. Because you can see I was probably down here before I started bribing the people of those two armies, and now I'm almost up to my next perk. So my next perk will come when this bar is up to 2,978, which is that is the area I'm one of my main concerns, just for the fact that oh, here he goes. He's got himself his he's got his battle rack going on. I wonder what else he's building. He might be building one of those siege ladder things. I always forget the name of them. What's... Oh, these guys are fighting these guys? Getting sidetracked. Well, I do know that her family, her clan owned this place here. Maybe she came over here. Well, there's her daughter. Where's your mom at, lady? Alright, she was going the opposite direction than I thought. I thought she would come up here, but she actually went this direction. So she's already down here. Holy cow, she rides quick. Or maybe she was here. Alright, wish me luck. Here we go. My heart, my friend, my heart is glad to see you. Oh, really? We're not even really friendly. Well, around 8 is when they really start calling you friend and stuff. There's something like I discuss. Gotta propose for an alliance. My brother. Ah, Yana. Very good. Very good. Come on. Be nice to us. Oh, it's cheap. Oh, that come cheap. Alright, there we go. We successfully married our brother. Now, Yana, her daughter, will has left their faction, and she's now a member of our faction, which I will show you here. She's now become a member of our faction, and she will eventually go to where my brother is. And I won't mess with these guys yet. Alone, and we'll go back to farming to get our skills up to, like I said, somewhere between 17 and 20. Then we'll really delve into this storyline, because we still got to talk to, I think, 8 of the 10 lords, faction leaders, so that we can finish the little side quest to build the banner. And once we build this banner, it won't have a couple more quests after that to accomplish, while the person that we take the banner to builds the banner. And then it will come down to, we'll have to decide if we're going to fight for the how do I want to say this, the different factions. Like, we'll have to decide if we're going to be like an empire or whatever. Because the 2 paths that they present to us, your troops into battle and stuff like that, some of the perks I've taken are meant for terrain. And so that's why I will go with the lands in here, just simply because of the perks I picked. Now, I could have picked the perks where I've done better on the sand and stuff that, and then I would have concentrated this direction. But economically, up in here, these guys have been around the block and have, their cities are just much more richer than even these guys. Now, these guys are rich, don't get me wrong. They're probably number 1 or 2 in faction leaders for size and income. All right, so the brother's married. We need to get back to, because we are level 12, I think we were. We're almost level 13. We're very close. Probably the next pile of victims we find. There we go. That wasn't hard. Yep, fight me if you dare. So that's one thing to think about when you're growing your character, is those little perks, you want to make sure that you want to think about the details of those perks and how they're going to benefit your character, and where they're going to benefit your character. And that will help you decide, because you don't want to take a bunch of perks that are going to help you in this kind of terrain with the trees and everything here, right? When you're going to be fighting in the desert. And the desert is awesome because it's usually wide open, treeless sceneries of just desert dunes, And it makes for good battles, because then you don't have the trees interfering with your arrows. It's just a wide open battlefield for you to just destroy it or be destroyed. Come here, sword. We gotta get some. Heck. See, look at all that little stuff. Relative movement speed. There's just all kinds of little things, and all them perks add up. Make yourself a well-rounded warrior. Gonna cook some tacos for dinner tonight. It's one of my favorite meals. As I said, my family's going through a little bit of COVID trouble right now. My mom got it. My niece got it. Her father got it. But it didn't affect them that bad. In fact, my mom and my one niece had tested positive, but they had no symptoms, no sickness whatsoever. But now my father, he's actually in the ICU and has been up there for 3 weeks right now on a respirator, so prayers for him. They got him stabilized at like 20%, so let's pray that he pulls through this, because nobody should nobody wants to go through the situations that we're going through right now. As tragic as it is, it's just the cycle of life. Nobody wants to lose, but we're all gonna come there someday. It's like when my wife tells me to don't drink so many Mountain Dews, or honey, you eat a lot of candy, you gotta worry about your this or that, and I'm like, yeah. Well, I heard, as a kid, I don't know where I heard this at, but maybe on a TV show or something, but somebody said, had a comeback for the complaining wife or something like that. I think it was about watching your health and something like that. And the guy's reply was, well, we're all terminal anyways, so, nobody knows when they're going to go. Just enjoy your life. And, a lot of fear going out there right now because of this COVID, the damage it's done to a lot of families. But you can't let it wreck you any more than it already has. And if you live in fear, that's just another way of letting it wreck you without it personally, or that's giving it personal power over you when it doesn't have any physical power over you, like you caught it. And even though my father's in the position he's in, I still don't think we should be living in fear like we were. I'm one of those people who believe that we should have just skipped all the social distancing and stuff like this, and because obviously the virus has ran its course, it's airborne and blah blah blah, but I just feel that we should have just let the herd get sick. And yeah, it's going to be tragic for situations like my father and the other families who have already lost people, but the virus is airborne. We can't stop it. Like, you got the people who are pro-mask, anti-mask. I don't care either way, but the thing is, you got people that are basically using the mask for bullying. It's just their logic is not sound, because it's not going to protect you. The virus is airborne. This is my opinion and some doctors' opinions, but it's airborne. You're swimming in it. You're walking in it. You're breathing it. You're sleeping in it. You're bathing in it. You're eating in it. It's all around us. Well, if I believe that if we had just left it go in the beginning, we might already be at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, we got this shot now, but if the virus is evolving, then that means that shot is no good for the virus that it has evolved to. So, I think it's going to be one of those situations where we're just going to have to let our bodies do what it does and have always done. And let the immune system learn how to battle it. so that we have it in our DNA. We pass it along to our children. But that's my personal opinion. I'm sure there's not too many people out there who will agree with me, and there's people out there that will agree with me. But in this day and age, it's hard to have an opinion because everybody wants to get mad at you. Words are pretty powerful in this day and age. I was raised on, you know, sticks and bones will break your bones, but words can never hurt you. But a large portion of our society was never taught that nursery rhyme, and the list of words can offend them and wreck their day. Not wreck their day, wreck their lives. And I'm a type of person that choose not to give anybody that kind of power over me. It'd be a long-ass battle. I could live. They might pepper me too bad with the rocks. But I bet it will kick me up into 2, which will allow me to build 1 extra party. I want this to be 2 so I can put my brother and his wife out there fighting for me. I usually tend to keep the heroes on the caravans. Because if I'm going to make anybody a lord someday, it's going to be my brother and his wife. Well, she was noble till she married my family. Now she's not looked upon that way anymore. But I could join a faction and become aligned with them. But then that means I'm under their control. Or I could do like what I plan to do, which is to go it alone. I can't believe that 65 guy ain't looking at me. What the hell? There he comes. Well, we got 75 guys. This is going to be a good fight. This will be a good fight. I wish I could have got those other 10. Now, I'm going to have to play a hell of a lot more cat and mouse because 65 rocks coming at me will cause some damage. Later on, there's a perk that I can get that every one of these dudes I kill just destroys the army's morale so that they'll run away from the battle quicker. Oh, I'm down to 3 arrows. Oh shit, I forgot to put my one. It's gonna be rough. I forgot to put on my pole on. It's gonna be a lot of duking and jiving. Could be a little hard. I should have put my pole arm on, but we'll go it. What the hell? I don't want to show you what it's like to be captured, but you know. Hey. Oh, I missed him. Let's wear them down some. Ouch, that really hurt. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's see, can I retreat and come back? I can't remember. If I do, I can come back with more arrows, I believe.
Come back here.
Oh, shit. My bad. My bad. Oh, well. Alright. Well, at least you get to see what it's like to be a prisoner. This won't take too long. It's actually, will drag me around a little bit, which is cool. So you'll get to see this part of it. What the hell? Man, I thought I could do that. Why did I think I could do that? Oh well, we surrender. Alright, as you see, they're going to drag me around for a while. And even though I'm not doing nothing, I don't rest up very quickly. So eventually I'm going to break free. As you can see, they've taken me captive. I've actually fought more than that and done much better. Man, they really crushed me that one pass. They took like a third of my life from me. It's like everybody in the party got a slack at me and it worked. No, I'm not. You can drag me till I'm dead. Oh, I'm free. I'm free. That's alright. That was worth it. I still got some skill points. I suppose we should fix my brother. Let's see here. Shit. Oops. Hello. Good. Well, there's a lot of perks. This is why I like that autofill. I thought I had set it, but for some reason it didn't fill in this areas. And I'm sorry you had to hear that phone call from the health department. They're really crushing me right now. Mentally and financially. That took a minute. Holy cow. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be back in a minute. And then we will pick right up with. We still need to farm these skill points because we're close. We're at what, level 13 now, so we're almost, we might as well say 14. So like I said, between 17 and 20, we'll really start cracking down on the mission they gave us. But until then, we'll continue farming and growing ourselves. And while we're doing that, hopefully my brother will start producing some offspring. Because I believe my little sister will be the first person that I am about to have a clan tier raise here too. But my sister, Aaliyah, will be the first one that I actually get to do any kind of educational work on. And I'm not sure what age that starts. But I'll get to grow those. These two, my brother and my sister, I'll get to grow these categories slightly. That way they start off. When they reach 18 and I can start using them, they'll have some education, I guess you could say. But now these two, we need them to produce some babies. Cannon fodder. But for now, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I apologize again about you guys having to hear that phone call with the health department. This COVID stuff has really been crushing me for the past year. And I ain't even had it, If I had it, it might not be so painful for me. And I understand the tragedies that have taken place, and my family is experiencing a tragedy right now, but I gotta work. Gotta make some money. I'm not sick. Let me work. Did test positive for COVID. Let me work. I don't want no handouts. I don't want food stamps. I don't want welfare. I just want to go to work and provide for myself. It's not taxpayers' jobs to take care of me. I'm healthy. I can do that myself. All right, enough of the politics. Back to the game. All right. I apologize for the politics. I'm going to try to keep that stuff out of here. In fact, I might just delete this whole live stream. I apologize. All right, back to business. We're growing. We need... Man. That mad pile of dudes kicked my ass. You got to see me taken prisoner for a short time. It was fun. Oh shit, I'm at 30%? I better rest. I'm glad I didn't get myself into a big fight. I missed twice. Come here. That's gonna give you a splitting headache. Just chopped his leg off. Oh, that was in the shoulder. One left. Still gotta fight. A little higher. There we go. Right in the skull. 216 piercing damage. Part hit the head. 86.2 miles per hour. That's moving. But we did gain another skill point, which puts us one step closer. Yep. Sword. That was an easy call. See, like I said, you can top these areas off to get yourself a good start socially, and then you can fill in these areas quite quickly, because as long as you're using it, you're gaining. You're gaining perk-wise and skill-wise. For every swing, every arrow you take, you're evolving. All right, we gotta go to sleep. Time for some sleep. Oops, I suppose I should see if I have any. I don't want to feed them if I don't have to. Oh, what do we got up here? These fish guys, they're never good, but I don't think I've ever seen this one. Well, he's not half bad. He's young. He's not very happy with me. I don't know why. I've never met him before. But he's got some scout so he won't get caught by the... He could potentially lead a caravan, but I'm going to hold out. And I think I've seen this person before, the Willowbrook. Willow Bark. What you got, lady? She's awesome. She's old, though, so she won't grow up too much more. All right, back to sleep. Rest, rest, rest. 38%. Get our life back and we'll go out and we'll chop off some more heads. I wish that we could get that mod. So literally heads will roll. See, one of my caravans is out there making merchants and stuff happy for me, and I just gained some relation with a merchant somewhere, which is good because if I run into them in need of some troops, it opens up a better caliber troop to me and more troop slots to recruit from. I'll show you. I'm almost healthy. I'll explain that part again to you. I know I said we're cooking some tacos for dinner, but I'm a little hungry right now. Thinking about those tacos. And I gotta apologize again for the phone call and the political infusion into my video. I'll try to keep that stuff out of here from now on. I mean, it sucks to stay home. How in the hell did I gain a level? Who gained a level? Oh, Yana. Nice. Wait a minute. Now I clicked that perk box or that box in the start screen so that these people allocate this stuff by themselves. And then I unchecked it because it wasn't. Maybe that's a new bug that came out with that last patch they gave us. Well. We definitely want to make her a little more charming. Let's make her charming. She will definitely need this down the road. And she's already level 20, but she's really young. And once we get her out there rolling, she will grow. She will grow, just like my brother. My brother is slightly older than me. He's 25. I think I'm still 22. No, I'm 23. He's 2 years older than me. And he's a hell of a lot better than me. Alright, back to work. Farm. I've seen 15 of them bandits. Where did they go? There they are. Hello, sir. Oh, look at, what are they doing way over here? Oh, it's my wife. Oh, it's my mom. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. It was my mom calling from the hospital with a family video chat with information on my dad, which is not good, but not bad. He's still floating at 20% chance he's on the respirator. The big concern was his blood pressure had raised. So we just got some good news that has been gathered under control, and now it's just the COVID pneumonia that he has. He doesn't have COVID anymore. Now he's just got the pneumonia part, which was making it really hard on him breathing, and he went with the air for about a week and a half before he decided to let him ventilate him. Now he's stable in 20%. That's not good, but that's not bad. 20% is better than zero. But back to business. I'm sure you guys don't want to hear all that or my political views. I'll try to keep that out of the videos from now on. But when I'm live and they call me, I had to answer in case it was not better news than what it was. Alright, let's kill some people so we can get ourselves a castle. I want a castle. Castle of money. Money. Yeah, money is not important. The land is. On this one, I've never completed an entire campaign. I'm really deep into a campaign I got saved on another game I got going. But sorry about that. But I've never completed an actual full campaign on Mountain Blade Bannerlord. But I have done it several times on the original Mountain Blade. Let's talk or kill. But the old Mountain Blade, I've probably beaten that one several dozen times. And like I said before, it just never gets old. Like this game here never gets old because even though if you played the campaign mode instead of the sandbox mode, you get the same mission all the time, but the story changes every time you play it. Some lords will be happy with you under certain circumstances, where in other games they might not have been so happy with you under certain circumstances. Oh, hit the dirt. Oh. This thing has got such a long reach, so the torque at the end of one of these has just got to be tremendous. Of course, they put a nice sharp blade on it. That one went right over his head. Look at this. Nice. I love the sceneries in these maps. How in the world did that miss? Alright, this little family text is going on there. Sorry. Valuable doctor information. being regurgitated from my mom to the family. No weather. I think they have, yeah, they have snow, so you can have snow. There's no rain, no thunderstorms. That would be cool if they had those. Um, Water, if you run into water, that can slow you down, so you can have some terrain effects on you. Trees will definitely interfere with your arrows, so the terrain will affect your artillery units and stuff like that, their arrows and javelins and whatnot. And those javelins, let me tell you what, man, those javelins are devastating. They are probably one of, if not the most vicious weapon in the game. It's just crazy how how much damage you could do to them guys with those javelins. I'm not a big fan of them, but when you get stuck in a tournament and they make you throw them, uh, even though I don't have any skill points or anything into my throwing skills, you still, the damage that you apply with having absolutely nothing, right, is just brutal. So I've never been one to stick points into there, but if I was, I could just imagine how much more devastating they would be if you start filling in with perks and whatnot. I should try it once. It's just not my favorite weapon. I'm a sword guy, an bow and arrow guy. I do take some enjoyment out of my axes and maces. The pole arm. I like the pole arm uh, specifically because it's quick for cleaning these guys up, as you've seen. But the jousting events or uh, they don't have jousting, but you more or less can joust with people in a tournament because they got either a spear or a lance that you'll get sometimes, and you can have like little mini jousting events inside of the main event itself. But it's not like the old days where they put a barrier in between the two horses and then they charged at each other. They haven't added that kind of detail to the game yet, but I imagine, where am I at, 97%? Holy cow, there's a lot of them here. How many can I have? I still got room for 2 more heroes. Well, we already looked at her. We looked at him. I think I've ever... Huntress. Huntresses are usually pretty good fighters. Which she kind of is, but she's too old, so she won't grow very much more for me. I want to find the one guy, I can't remember his name, but he is a badass. Well, she's pretty young, but see, she's got that throwing. She'd be good with some javelins. Once again, she's more of a foot soldier. And of course, the Wainwrights is another like little clan or group. Inside the game. Sorry, I was burping there. Didn't want to have you hear that. I don't think I've ever seen this. Oh. See now, if I had her in my party and I was running sieges, she would actually assist me in with the siege and would help me build my sieges faster. So by uh, setting up the preparations and building all the siege equipment would go a lot faster for me. But I wish she was younger, because I would definitely. I mean, she's not very good, but not very bad. But that would be a nice category to have. Never seen you before, ma'am. You don't look half bad, but right now I can't use your services. I'm not sieging any castles at the moment. What you got, buddy? Bazam, the outcast. These outcasts don't usually. They don't usually. At least I've never seen. Ooh. I. I. I am wrong. I am gonna take him. Nice. Come here. Welcome to Clan Jergens. Oops. Yeah, we can hear you. You'll have to stop that and pause it if you wanna read. I don't want to read his story. I've read not this outcast, but I've read the other people from the outcast. Sounds like he had a bit of a run-in. Well, he's an outcast for a reason. So he might not be looked upon too highly. Ooh, he's expensive too. He might not be looked too highly upon on the natives, but we'll see. We can always fire him if he's a total boner. Oh yeah, he's a badass. Look, he can ride all the horses. We already know he's going to be badass with a bow. He had good bow stats. We can look at his perks if we want. Where's my broadsword? There's my broadsword. I am going for a theme. I did break theme with one lady. I did put her in the warlord outfit. I think I might do this too. And I got that one other hero I haven't fitted with armor and stuff yet, but this guy here, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna make him look like the last lady we just outfitted, and this guy. So let's see here. He needs. Come on, sluggy game. What the heck? Another thing, that last patch they did, they've really introduced some laggy gameplay and bugs to the game. So let's hope that the devs get that cleaned up for us, because this game should look as best as it possibly can, because it's definitely one of the better games in the gaming industry. Let's see. I know he's going to be kick-ass with the bow, but he needs a shield. He will need a shield. See, I told you. He starts off with a badass. Gets the best bow already. Now, if I was playing straight up without this stuff being turned on, I would be fitting him with the winnings from the tournaments and whatnot, because they do give out some pretty good gear. Swords, helmets, a lot of helmets. You'll see a lot of helmets, spears. I've never seen a bow given out yet. I've seen shields, I've seen swords, I've seen spears, helmets, and armor. I've never seen a bow given out. Javelins, I've never seen javelins given out. What's the other? And horses, I've never seen them give away a good horse. Something for the devs to think about to add in, you know. Because look at these javelins, man. They're expensive as all hell. But they got like, see the little glitch down there? That wasn't always there. Where the words are bleeding over. So the accuracy is just 92, which is out of this world. The missile speed is, I'm not sure about all this stuff, but it does some serious piercing damage. Like 120 plus. But they're expensive as all hell. And you can get your bandit troops who use these quite a bit, especially the sea raiders, and you can actually get some decent javelins. But once again, I don't typically use the javelins, and I won't set my heroes up to use the javelins because well, they run out of them really quick. The bags don't hold a lot of them. I can hold more arrows than I can javelins. And not all of my heroes will be able to use a bow, but I really prefer that they can. Because then my little clan is going to be devastating with bows. But in the old Mountain Blade, I could actually put him in. He's going to start off as an infantry, but I could set him up as an archer. And I would keep those guys back with the archers because, you know, they're mounted for one and they're heavily armored. So that when the archers start getting attacked, I kind of got some badass footmen, cavalry slash cavalry archers right on the spot with the archers to help support and fend off any troops that may be looking to thin the ranks of my archers, because they will go after them. But you'll see when we get our army going, I'll put my soldiers, my footmen, right in front of the archers in a shield wall. And if they got cavalry, it's like the shield wall is a magnet for cavalry. The attackers almost always go for a cavalry charge on the infantry, which they'll run right through the infantry, but for the most part, because of my perks, my infantry will actually stop that horse and maybe even get him off the horse, or at least hold him up or slow him down long enough that the archers behind the footmen will just pepper him. He'll be dead real quick, especially when I get the higher tier archers. All right, buddy, here's your warlord hat. Let's start at the bottom. It always seems to go quicker when I do that. Here's some armor for your horse. Here's your warlord. We're going to stick with the warlord look. I really like the look of this armor. But when it comes to the body armor, oh my god, it's hard to pick one. There's so many of them that look so good. I'll show you when we get up here. When we get up to his armor, I'll show you some of my favorite pieces. But where's that scale at? Oh, this used to be higher. They've added some more armor to our armor categories, but this one here used to be a little higher up on the food chain as opposed to good armor. Here, let's take this off so you can see it better. But I really love this scale look. I just think it's awesome. But he's not going to do that. We're going to put him in the same armor as the other one, which is also a scale look. Not sure about the animal stuff, but he looks cool. He looks cool. Now, but that is one of my favorite armor, and of course the one that I got on right now, which is the, sorry for the pronunciation, Lamar with scale skirt, which is pretty badass, because look at, it provides, you know, protection to my arms, legs, and body. Now the cheating armor, the dummy armor, is 55 all the way around, and it doesn't look half bad. I actually like it, but we're not going to give him that much protection because I already don't feel good about playing the game this way. Oops, nope, that's not his. This is his. This will go back here. Get rid of this. Get rid of that. I could have kept it and used it for bribery, but I got enough bribery pieces already, so. And I haven't seen an army. I like to find them when they're in the army, because then you just get a blob of the guys right on spot, and a nice little place to farm a whole bunch of charisma points, skill points, and whatnot. Alright, what's he need? Shoulder pads. Shoulder pads. But out of all this armor, I truly love this warlord, the warlord look. And this is not something that is readily available on the markets in the different cities. And I have never come across this armor in game to purchase or find as a loot drop ever. Any of it. I've never seen the helmet, never seen any of this other than coming in here. I've seen it on people, the characters in the game, but I've never been able to acquire by purchasing or taking from somebody. All right, we need arrows. Then we're going to get this guy rolling on a caravan. He should be quite successful for us. I would like to find some more of those spice people, because boy, they're the ones that you really want to man your caravans, or lead, I should say, lead your caravans. Where's those arrows? Here we go. Now, the piercing does do more damage, but I sacrifice the damage for the piercing and go with the quantity. As you can see, there's 32 arrows in that quiver, and there's only 23 arrows in this quiver. So I sacrifice 1 point of damage for the 10 more arrows that you get, which does, when you're running two quivers of them, that's 60 plus arrows. Well, you just see me run out of them when I fought them 70 plus guys, and they were able to conquer me. But, you know, once again, if my skills had been a little bit higher in all my categories, I could have survived that battle. I've had before. That's why I was confident about it and was quite happy about taking them on, because I thought the outcome would have been a little bit better than what it was. But it's all good. It's all fun. But anyway, let's get this guy a caravan. We're in the perfect spot to start one up. Get rid of the prisoners. We don't need none of them yet. Caravan. Ooh, brewer. We'll rest and we'll get to 100, but we're gonna. I've been meaning to buy the smith here, because this silversmith shop really produces in this place. And I've never had success with the smith shops any other place but here, and only if there's a smith shop here for you to purchase. If I was to turn one of these shops into a smith shop, it doesn't do like it does if it was already there to begin with in the city. And I'll show you why when we get back to the campaign map. All right, there we go. We got 3 caravans rolling for us. The one wasn't making money. I wasn't sure why, but we now got almost 1,000 coins coming in per week from that, and no expense because we don't have an army yet. Once we get an army, this will almost pay for our army. Almost pay for our army. So as it is right now, if we was to just rest, we're making money from doing absolutely nothing. But we still got uh, 2 workshops to buy, and I'm okay. I don't usually like to buy 2 in one spot. I like to spread them out because if I go to war or upset the Southern Empire, they will confiscate my workshops, and there's no reimbursement. Uh, if I make the Southern Empire happy, they don't give them back to me. I would have to physically come here and repurchase the workshop again. So there's always the risk that you could lose that workshop that you purchase if you piss off the faction that owns the castle. Which you're gonna do it eventually because you can't remain friends with everybody in the game and win the game with the conditions that they have set up with the for the campaign. Now the campaign you don't have to do the storyline, but then what's the point of playing the campaign? If you don't want to do the storyline, you can go in the sandbox, you skip out. But there's a price to pay for not doing the campaign, and right here's your price. You don't get these three, your 2 brothers and sisters to start off in your clan, and that's a huge. This is huge because my clan has already grown to by 4 people since we started the game, and yet we're not using any of these guys yet. Utilizing these 2 real soon, because once we get up to 17, 18, 19, 20 level, we will start sending. Once we can send out 2 parties, both these guys will be put to work in their own parties, and then they'll be out there riding around, killing the bandits, doing business for me, talking to the lords. Now, I don't see none of this happen. I'll just start getting messages. They will start doing